Yes, sir, we are live, sir, in YouTube also. And you can start the session, sir.
Good. Good afternoon. So I think we have 3 students joined from 3 places. Maybe you can start with them. I can see Adarsh, Anmol, and Rowan. So
you are in the office?
No, I am at home. You see my background, right?
Background. How did you do that?
You can actually create your own background.
I see.
You take a photo, and any photo you can put it as background.
Okay.
Anyway, this is my home background only.
Okay.
But right now it's put it as a background by taking a photo. You can do that one.
Fine.
I'll tell you after this.
Fine.
Yeah, so maybe the participants can introduce and then go ahead if they have any question. Maybe others?
Yes, sir. Good
So
afternoon,
you
sir.
can
Myself,
introduce
Adarsh.
yourself.
I am unmuted now.
Yeah, you can. You can
Yes, sir.
introduce yourself and then.
Myself, Adarsh Jain. I am from MSc second sem IIT Indore. Actually, I have joined this course because I am more interested in doing research in applied area or applied part of mathematics. So I am spending some more time on the applied part of my subject. So I have actually one query. What are the good places in India for applied mathematics? As we see, mathematics is mostly dominated by pure part.
Pati wants to answer?
Yes. You can join any place where PDE or more generally differential equations or some interdisciplinary subjects like mathematical biology. Those are the places you can look for. And since our background is differential equations, so we can only talk about that. Of course, there are applied means there are other kinds of applied mathematics also. But we are more interested from the differential equations point of view. So we can only suggest you more about that.
So my point is that even though you want to do in applied mathematics, make sure that you join a good institute where good mathematics is also available. So the primary motto should be to learn good mathematics. You do good applied mathematics, you have to learn. So you look for not just some applications are there and join in an institution. Rather than look for good institutes, join. And I am sure most of the good institutes have this interdisciplinary research area. Like all IITs, IIC, and TIFR, you can see a good applied math, but doing
even ICERS
and all that places were good institutes where you will be able to do it there. But not just join for the sake of applied mathematics. Your important motto should be to join in a good institute where you learn good maths also.
Okay, sir.
That's how we're doing. So join you should select a good institute.
Okay, sir.
And then divert your attention, then choosing some specific area and one person is working in an institute and go there. No, it shouldn't be like that. And that's my point of view. Joining good institute is takeoff should be good. Then you can change it to any subject you like.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Yeah, that's a general question. It may be useful for everybody. You can come back to, maybe we can go to the other person, Rowan. Who is the next in Anmol?
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yeah.
I am a first year UG BS research student at IISc. And I joined this course because of all the running courses. I thought this was the one I could do.
Okay, very good. So you would have already listened to some ODE. Which year you are in?
First year.
Oh, you are only in first year, but first year it may be bit too much, right? How did you
No,
manage it?
it's doable.
Doable, that's very good. That means you have a good enough
Good background.
background already in mathematics.
Yeah, I don't exactly get all the stuff covered in the first 3 weeks, but I think I get enough stuff to on how to
True.
solve the thing.
Knowing BSc student, BS UG student in first year, even if you can get anything from this course, that's why we don't offer this course for the UG student. We will offer only when you are in the 5th year, basically, PDE course.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so because that needs a lot of background, but I admit your courage.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you have anything specific?
Not really, sir. I just joined this course to learn something about differential equations.
That's good. You would have seen good that you are interested in maths, right?
Yes,
You will be joining mathematics.
yes.
Okay, we'll see you definitely in the department.
Yes, sir.
I hope by this year, middle new year, we will everything will be online properly, so we meet schedule.
Yes, sir. Currently are like ensems in the next week, and the institute is running online.
Yeah, but by August, I hope if no new variant comes, things will be normal.
Usual campus life.
Usual campus life, you can see that. So that's good. So what did you learn so much? Did you understand something?
Yes, sir. I currently got the method by which we are solving the second order equations and the first order equations. I mean, I can solve the general equation, but I don't really know why that's working or what is happening. But yes, I get the method and classification and those.
Yeah. Did you understood somewhat about the characteristics? Method of characteristics.
Yes, I understood how to convert it into canonical form, but I don't really understood the solvability part and
that will take time. Yeah, classification is one aspect, but then the method of characteristic is also there in the beginning, right, Denjit?
yeah, characteristic means one solution to the equation and then
No, there
getting
is
other.
something more deeper, which you may later.
Yeah, I don't really get it completely.
And I can understand. We don't expect even to at this first year UG people following it. This course is intended basically for the first year MSc students.
Now, looking at the preliminaries, I thought I could do it, but
it's fine. No, if you have picked up some maths, definitely yes. That's
okay, you also need some ordinary ODE, ordinary differential equations. So methods of solving, especially when you study first order PDE, you require all the tools from ODE.
Yeah, exactly. I forgot what are all we covered in the various lectures. I have my various lectures. Yeah, that is good. So you keep it up, Anmol, and then it will be fine. So you will have course. So every year we are offering this course as a in PhD course. So, and it is also a compulsory course if you want to complete your masters. And for UG, this is not compulsory. PDE course in IISc.
Yes, sir. I am not taking credits from this course. I just
That's why I suggest don't do the crediting now. Okay, please don't. Since you have learned something and understood, don't try to credit it in the second or third year.
Sir.
If you are very comfortable, perhaps in the fourth year you can credit.
Yes.
Not before that, because you pick up your linear algebra, analysis, measure theory, and all that very well. Then you can actually enjoy the course as a corollary of that syllabus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You finish your linear algebra, analysis, little functional, all that, and then this will be an easy course for you.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Maybe next Rowan.
Good evening, sir. Can you all hear me?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so good. Nice to meet you all again. I had met you all previously during the NPT TCA program in BITS Goa in 2015.
Okay. Where are you now?
Right now, I'm working in the same college in Goa. Okay.
Okay. You're working, you're a teacher.
Yeah, I'm a lecturer. So I found this course of yours online. So I said, let's go through it. Okay, because I'd really enjoyed your teaching at that time back then, 2015. I met you once more also in 2016 in NIT Goa. You had come for some conference.
Yes.
Yeah. So after that, now directly I
So
saw
after
your
listening
courses.
to you came back, I am very appreciated. That's very
Yeah.
good, right?
So I said it's really going to be useful if I study this course. And so far in the 4 weeks which I've completed, it's really helpful. Like what I had studied about PDs previously was just like how to solve problems and the problem
Yeah,
solving
that is
techniques.
the very purpose of this course as well as our books. And
Yes.
maybe your colleges, etc., can introduce these books and our
Yes.
course.
Yes. So that I have understood a lot about the theory, the method of characteristics also is very clear to me now. I never knew why it was happening and all those things. So after just watching those 2 weeks over there only, I had understood a lot. Like before it was just like take this problem, solve it using this formula or this technique and so on. So now I understood that. I understood why the surfaces also matter over there and all those things. Okay, and I'm looking forward a lot in the remaining part of the course.
It
Let's
will
see.
be, and then if you are comfortable, you can do the second part also. It
Yes,
also
yes,
has a PDF.
I'm surely looking forward to the next one also.
So if you cover these two courses, essentially you will be covering our PDE book some 70% to 80%. Correct, Datti?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Finishing
Yes.
around 70 to 80% of our book. Some we would have skipped it, but you can definitely read.
Okay.
I don't know, you may be aware of our ODE course also. That's not
Yes,
as a online course, but it is online
Okay.
recorded. It's available in NPTEL.
Okay.
Robin is aware of that?
Yes,
That
yes.
video,
I had
video
seen your.
ODE course, that video lectures are available on the
Yes,
NPTEL.
yeah. I saw this thing like that also. Actually, I came across the NPTEL program for some other reason. I was told about there's a refresher course which is provided using the SWAYAM website. So that time when I checked it, I came across this huge list of courses which was there. And now since I knew both of y'all, I said, why don't I try this? Okay. And I started with this course because I felt I should proceed towards a PD for research. Okay. So I'm feeling very comfortable about it now. Okay. Because actually I found PD was the most available option around for research and all, compared to the other things like ordinary D, you rarely get it. So that's why I started proceeding with this course of yours. Now I'm very comfortable with it. So now I wanted to ask you is like after this course, what should be the next thing I should do? Extra readings and all.
Extra reading, that depends on you. We don't know exactly. Recall your background. Definitely, you should complete that 40-hour lecture course. PDU2 also.
Yes.
That may also, they may offer in the next semester. We already completed PDU1 and PDU2 in 2021. And then 22, we are again repeating this course now. And it will be, I hope NPTEL will repeat or whatever they call it in the next semester also. You can complete, but then what we want to know, we have to check your background. Whether if you are missing while reading this course or going through the course, if you are finding it difficulty about the basics, you should be thorough with the basic. That's very important. For example, important courses are linear algebra, analysis 1, 2, including measure theory, and some amount of functional analysis.
Yes.
This is a must. And then if you can have a good course of differential geometry, that will improve your intuition. Okay. You may not be required a differential geometry in its full spirit here, but differential geometry of the surfaces and will give your intuitive picture of things better way.
Yes.
Because end of it, you do everything in an analysis point of view, but geometry is the one which so you check whether as a teacher, maybe you have already the background, but if you are missing this background,
no, I'll have to improve on differential geometry.
That part you should do. This is the pre-course requirements for this course.
Yes.
After these courses, maybe an advanced PDE, we don't know, maybe we will offer now, maybe in the future. 22 or 23.
Yeah, we
time.
have included some aspects of classical differential geometry
Yeah.
of surfaces in our book. So you can also look into that. And then you proceed with more specialized
Subjects.
So this is.
And also you can have the look at the last chapter of our book. That will be going to be the beginning of the next book or next NPTEL course.
Okay.
You can,
So that is the model theory. That is
that's
the
a
model
modern theory. Okay.
And that is full of analysis.
Full of analysis. So you can see, probably you can expect a course if you have time or energy. So many things.
Okay. So now, what are the active research areas as such in the subject, like which one can proceed after these courses?
Oh, these courses will not think this course is a basic in PDE for anything.
Okay, okay,
It's not near for any research yet.
okay,
Okay, research you have to find a person where you are joining, and accordingly you have to have a couple of courses in that subject area separately.
okay.
To study that subject, you need these things. So
Yes,
this
sir.
is only a first course.
Okay,
So this is not a what do you say, gate yet to any research course. Okay.
okay.
So
That gate you will see soon when you join with somebody. It depends. There are subject of doing research in PDE. There are hundreds of areas you can tell, but then you may need to do a couple of courses.
Okay.
For example, in my group, I basically do control theory, homogenization, which is an asymptotic analysis, etc.
Yes.
Any of that syllabus, you need a 1 year study minimum.
Yes.
And that is in maybe that he can tell something.
yeah, that's so if you want to proceed with some research, that comes only after, first you have to find, as Nankumaran was saying, so you have to find a place and a person, and then you pick up a background for that particular area.
Okay.
So PD itself is so vast, and we are basically covering little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Little bit of everything. So
Probably can say that you are in the bit of what do you say, alphabets with little grammar to study an English language. Okay. That's all. That's all. This, nothing more than that. Okay. So right now this does not indicate any research.
Okay.
Yeah, but that you need to work out. You are planning to join somewhere, or you want to?
No, I'm planning to join somewhere in the next semester. So
No,
I was
as a
looking
full-time student or not? That's a
as a full-time student, because part-time as good as nobody takes nowadays, and part-time is.
Then my
part-time
advice is that look for a good institute first, where you are joining.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at bits here, Goa or IIT Goa. NIT is usually not taking because their research, this thing, students are very less. Solely they are the two big ones, and outside nearby there's nothing. So the only other big institutes are in Bombay and this thing, Bangalore.
Bombay, Pune.
So many places, all over the place. You don't have to restrict to Goa.
Yeah, no, but Pune also there's like PD is very less over there. Like
no, sir, there are some group.
I sir, I overlooked that. Yeah, ISA is there.
Pune, Bhopal, there are some harmonic other groups. And Kolkata, there is a nice group of PD.
Okay.
Kolkata ISA. Kolkata ISA is a PD group is quite strong.
Okay.
So, and Trivandrum, there are some people in PD.
Okay. No, I didn't want to go into the numerical part of PD also. Like
no, it's a many, all these places you see the theory.
Okay.
And by the way, numerics is not bad.
Yeah, no, I know it's not bad, but it's not something which excites me. I have studied the numerical part during the NPD programs, so it didn't look so flavorful. Like,
so you don't worry. But again, see, again, that is basic thing. If you really look for some advanced topics, again, it's lots of analysis.
Analysis and numerical computations and
Like, and it's a
interestingly,
big challenge, big challenge.
Interestingly, scientific computations are becoming very important. And that's the place you may see money, not in theory.
Yeah, I know the money part. Yeah.
Without
No,
money,
actually, the other backup option I kept in case I don't get into PD is linear algebra. And it turns out that there's something called numerical linear algebra also, which is becoming popular because of data science only.
yes, exactly. They use plenty of numerical algebra.
So like numerical in almost every stream has become very popular because of the computer science thing, and things work out faster, then you can get a better conclusion. But I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's like I'm not
That's
so
fine.
happy
What
with
you
it.
do is that if you are planning to leave job and join, please join in a good institute, and then anytime you can contact us for advice, and that time that's not an issue. We can contact. Right now, research topics are hundreds of research topic we can mention if you wish. But that is something we are writing on the water.
Okay.
Now, if you just take a look at the mathematics journals, more or less for each field, there are several journals.
Yes.
You know, they're specializing. Earlier, you know, when American Mathematical Society was publishing, there were very broad titles. But now you see very, very specialized titles of the journals. So you can see there's so much specialization happening there. So that's it's really what. So you, as Nandakumar says, so you join a good institution so that you get a better view of what's going on, you know, in the field. That's also important. You know, just by sitting at one place, you cannot really judge. Okay, so if you join a good place, so there will be people from other places coming and going. So there will be lots of visitors. So you get to know various fields and what are the challenges there, you know. So that's the idea of joining a good place.
Yes, sir. I have learned that actually over the last couple of years after attending so many conferences. I've realized that only these big institutes are actually encouraging such things. But if you go to the smaller institutes, it's like you just do your this thing and you finish with that. And that's the reason. That's the reason why I want to go for full time, because if I stay part time over there, then there'll be problems coming from the college also regarding taking leaves and all those things. So it's better leave.
Of course, you can now Google search and find out many things, but that will not increase your knowledge. You get only information about various things. But to get the knowledge, you have to really, you know, be in a good department.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's important.
Anyway, two of our students are also that Ranjit and Abu are also here. So you can interact with him. They are doing PhD in our place, IISc.
Now Abu is a postdoc at TIFR.
Abu is now TIFR, is a postdoc. Ranjit is a student at IISc. So you can interact with them. They will advise you also. Maybe they know the current trend more than us. Right, Abu? This is Abu. He has completed his PhD recently and he is in TIFR now as a postdoc. Ranjit? Yeah, that's Ranjit. So you can interact with them also. Okay, and they are the future people where you may have to work with them.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so all the best. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions?
I don't see any mathematics questions, especially related to the course, you know, so something or beyond. Okay.
Yeah, probably will be more difficult.
That would have been more.
No, lot of people are watching this type of course for the first time. Everyone would have seen it solving problems. Then they will ask how to solve this problem. We are not asking that essentially. But this is the way which we feel should learn the course. The way we presented, that's what This is from our experience for many decades. We feel that course should be learned in a different way. Problem solving can always.
Yeah. So
Solving-
actually, I was using this Amarnath's book for all these years when I used to prepare for NET and SET and all GATE exams. That time, no, that they were only like the problem solving which was there. They were not much solved, but they were there. But now, and he had drawn all those diagrams regarding the Monk cone and all. He was trying to explain those things. But after I studied your course, I understood why he was referring to those Monk cones and why he was trying to talk of those characteristic planes and all those things. Like those things are described in other books, but you don't get the flavor of them. Like solely, like after I studied the course, I understood. Oh, that was what he was talking. Oh, he said this before, but I never knew why he was saying it. So now it's like very much clear to me, like what is this thing. And like once you study a course well, then you can read from any book. The book doesn't matter to you.
So as teachers, we are happy that if students are understood something, we conveyed it the way we. I think it's. That's good. Any other questions from the NPTEL side, students?
So I was watching the videos on Laplace and Poisson equation today. You talked about the harmonic functions over there. Is harmonic analysis dependent on those things or something else? Is that what you'll do in harmonic analysis?
No.
Harmonic analysis is not just do that.
It's
Harmonic
not.
analysis is basically a Fourier analysis and its generalization. There may be connections, PDE, etc. But you know Fourier analysis, right?
Yes, yes. I've done a course in Fourier.
Yeah, so the Fourier analysis, you can do it in much more generality. But then there is a connection in the sense that your Fourier series is connected to the Laplace operator.
Yes.
So your basically Fourier analysis is the study of your Laplacian in Euclidean space. You can see that if you look at its eigenvalues and all that. So it's connected to that way.
Okay.
So Laplace operator. But harmonic analysis is much more general. Instead of a Laplace operator, you can have other types of operators. And then you will have the corresponding series, like that series, Hermite series, so many series you can do it. And then RL has its own group structure. You can study such this kind of theory in different groups. And then so harmonic analysis is all generalization of all these things. Okay, so the only connection that way you can see is that yes, Fourier series is connected with. What are the sine and cosine functions?
Yeah, they are also like that harmonic.
No, d by dx of sine x is cos x and d square. If you take it, you get back. So it's all connected with the d square by dx square operator.
Okay.
It's eigenfunctions, right? So you are basically trying to expand a function in terms of eigenfunctions.
Yeah, the generalized Fourier series.
Yeah, that's what the Fourier series does, right? But why only you need to do this thing? So in one dimension, if you see it's d square by dx square, and that d square by dx square is replaced by Laplacian if you do it in multivariable.
Okay.
It does the job of that. So you look for issues there. And then why look only Laplacian? You can look for other differential operators. And then look for its eigenfunctions and look for expansion with respect to that. And then why only in Rn? Look for other group structure. If you have commutativity, things are easy. Then you will have commutative groups and so many things. So, and that's why the Fourier analysis generalizes to other harmonic analysis.
Okay. I remember a few months back, I was seeing somebody's research profile. One professor had written his research area as group theoretic PD. Is this like the place where the connection comes?
No, may not be. You can study these things in manifolds, other groups.
Oh, okay.
And you have people do study in a group theoretic approach, manifolds. There are so many ways. We are more of a classical hardcore PDE.
Okay.
What you are seeing is the hard PDE.
Yeah.
And there are other kinds of PDEs they can do. Maybe that they can add more.
Yeah, that group theoretic means then you will be looking for invariants of that particular equation or system of equation, and then you try to find more general solutions and things like that.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that
you
is
are
started by Sophus Lee.
Yeah. So yeah, Lee. That's how the Lee group and all of them.
But that goes in a different direction altogether.
We are trying to understand more of geometry of differential operator, right?
Okay.
Whether linear or non-linear, look for some invariants, and then actually Sophus Lee was by looking at Galois' work, it was for algebraic equations.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to carry out that for differential equations. Okay, so he went in that direction.
Okay.
Of course, there are still lots of issues there. So if you look at that kind of work.
Yeah, there are various ways you can do it in that way. Group theoretic, more of a PDE. People will look for PDEs in manifolds. That's where the more geometry and other things will come.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So there are various directions to look into that.
The simple thing you already seen, for example, in the Laplace equation, that is rotation invariant. You already exploited and then got the fundamental solution and see what all you can do, right?
So you see, just one invariant property, you derived a lot of things, right?
Yes.
For the Laplacian, so differential operators will have such symmetry properties, invariance property. So you understand there so many properties. So you look for properties and then derive. So you see how the whole theory develops after the fundamental solution. Green's function, then the Schroeder potential theory, Schroeder theory, all based on your this
fundamental solution.
Fundamental solution.
And one invariant group, namely rotation
property. So
that's it, right? So similarly, you look for translation invariant, this, that. So, and after obtaining some special solution and try to develop a general theory. So that Laplace equation is the best example. With just one fundamental solution, you can do so many things. And similarly, that can be done for heat equation and also wave equation. That's what we have done. Again, there are some invariants. And
yeah, it's more of an ocean, and we are inside a bubble, small bubble. Okay, you can try to come out of the bubble, and we see some holes in the bubble, and it's too vast. Okay. There is one more person, Abhijit. Anything to ask for Abhijit?
Sir, good evening.
Yeah, Abhijit.
Sir, I am from a physics background, not a mathematics
You
graduate.
don't have the video. We can't see the video. Can you switch on so we can see also? Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Abhijit.
Hello, sir. So I'm from a physics background, but I would like to take mathematical physics as my research area.
Where are you from?
I'm from Thrissur, Kerala.
Where are you studying right now?
I completed my graduation from Amrita University.
Which Bangalore? Which place?
Kollam.
Oh, Kollam. Okay, Vallikka.
Vallikka, yes, sir. So I would like to take mathematical physics as my research area. So how should I approach the area of PDE? As I joined the course because I found it very interesting. There was this topic of Hamilton-Jacobi equation.
The PDEs, if you really look at PDEs, if I am right, maybe you can correct me, everything came from mathematical physics, right?
Yes, sir, that's right. Everything is underlying, the underlying thing in whole of physics is mathematical physics.
So you have a physics background, right?
Yes, sir. And I did BS in maths also, because our course was double UG, maths and physics. That's why I got some more mathematical background. So that's why I got interested in mathematical physics. So my doubt is, how should I approach the subject of PTE in more hardcore way, so that I could do better in mathematical physics?
No, did you listen to our what we were saying before? Were you in seeing this?
He came, I think, little late.
Little
Okay.
late,
Same thing he already repeated.
Yeah,
So you join a good department in some good institution.
okay, sir.
You know, pick up all the good background, and then you can decide. You know, because you are just now finishing undergraduate, right?
Graduate.
Or just
So you shouldn't be at this stage. You shouldn't be worrying about how to approach PDA. Rather than you should think about where you want to do it for your masters.
So I completed my PG.
So then what? Then it's time to do your PhD. Joining for PhD, right?
Yes, sir.
You
but
have a plan.
Yes, sir. But in between, I would like to do my own research in Schrodinger equation like that. So
without joining.
And no, in the gap, I'm now preparing for net exam and all, attending net exam. So in between, also I would like
as
to do.
Dati said, or we said earlier, you have to. Let me tell you, the subjects are so big these days. Not like olden days, you can sit under a apple tree and do research. Let me tell you.
Okay.
It will not, apple will not fall because it's a summer. There may not be. So it's very, very dangerous to do research in isolation. So because the literature is so enormous in any subject, forget about physics, or I'm not talking. Even physics, you take any subject, whether it's a quantum mechanics or classical mechanics or Schrodinger operator theory, Schrodinger operator is so vast it is. So you need a very good guidance in a very good institute. And then with your requirement, whatever approach, it will come automatically from there. There are some minimum stuff you have to study. That's no doubt in that. Because physicists treat PDEs in a slightly different way because they have a physical motivation.
Yes.
Okay, so they may not need sometimes all the mathematics what we do it, mathematicians do it.
So,
okay. But that's what I'm saying. So you may not need to study exactly what a mathematics student study, but if you get time and studying that way will only power you. It will only better for you. But then you may not have time to do the way we do it, all the courses. As I said, this way of studying, you may need to do a lot of maths courses also.
Yes, sir. I've taken 2 maths courses in NPTEL now. I'm more doing math now.
So right now you don't have to worry too much of how you do it PDE, but you should worry about how do you do research in your physics, mathematical physics.
Joining some good institution.
Never try to do it in isolation.
First thing on your mind.
That should be first thing on your mind.
Okay.
And then when you are picking up, we can definitely so many people are there, you will be able to help. Okay. Help will come out. There is no depth of help. There is no help problem of suggestions and things like that. We have so many ways we can tell you. But this may not be the right time you read this, read that in maths and study this physics. Even within your mathematical physics, it depends on where you are going to concentrate. Right? Whether you are going to really do the Schrodinger equation and all that. And physics has a way of approaching it. Okay. Mathematicians look at it in a different way. And probably these two people don't even converge. That's okay. Okay.
In physics, it's not the differentiability and integrability. Those things were not much important in our courses. I mean, everything are differentiable and everything are integrable in our subject.
Yeah, that's why when you do that.
But when you talk of energy, that integral better be finite, right?
Yes, right. That's the
total
most
energy.
important thing. That suppose you are defining an energy, you would be defining lot of energy terms, right? Integral, grade, u square, integral. We call everything as energy. Anything quadratic comes, we call it energy, basically. Even more, we call it energy. But these are all energy at some point of time, right?
Yes, sir.
So, but then if you don't know integral, if you don't bother, as he said, you don't expect a physical system with infinite energy, right?
Won't be there.
It won't, then such a system won't exist. So naturally that energy term has to be finite.
Yes, sir.
That is what the requirement that your solution belongs to some space.
L2 space it becomes.
Yeah, it should have a space, for example, L2 space or whatever, smooth space, different things, depending on what kind of solutions we are looking at it. So our advice is that when such things comes, you try to see it mathematically. That's our, many times students don't do that. Not students, generally in a different subject, okay, this is happy, so let's go ahead. So that's the time you look into some deeper PD or deeper analysis.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so it's not that we don't have suggestions. I don't think we are, it's not right to give suggestions at this stage to you. Because we have a way of studying PD. We also know a little bit how physicists study, but may not be the, but then we also expect physicists also can study little more mathematically, and mathematicians should understand physics little better. Both are required.
Complementary way.
Complementary, that's little less, and that's why I said there is a divergence views in two things. Because are not really divergent, because don't understand quite often each other.
In the 18th and 19th century, there was no distinction at all.
Exactly, that's what I said. That's
Everything
what I
was
said.
science.
That time apple tree was fine.
Newton did mathematics, Newton did physics, Gauss also did everything.
Yes.
There were no distinctions
And
at all.
as I said, if you look at the history of PDE or ODE, it all comes from good mathematical physics questions, right?
Yes, Lagrange and Hamilton, everything.
Everything, Hamilton, Jacobian, Hamilton, Jacob, Bellman, anything, everything comes from such kind of problems. That's true. And then mathematical, because they're all studying individually the problem, then some common theory, but then a mathematical rigorousness was carried out in the late 19th and early 20th century, which is becoming more and more abstract and sophisticated. This happened only after 1850s or something, because the modern maths thing probably maybe begins from 1800s.
Yeah, the first function was defined, right?
Yeah, Differential, all that, even that was not there proper, right? For functions itself is defined at that
time.
Yeah,
it came much later.
Much later. So it's a middle of 1800s. And then it started looking little more sophisticated way. And then early 19th century, up to 50s, it was still classical. But after 1850, it is like a explosion. In the last 50 to 70 years, the kind of maths is quite an explosion. But the invention of this distribution theory and other things, it's completely changed. And now PDE doesn't look like a physics. It looks like analysis.
Oh, it's, I mean, I had a little bit, I have to struggle to understand SAS class because I don't have the right mathematical background from the MSc level.
That you should pick up. This is what my advice is. When you study something and if you have some problems and issues, that time go and read that maths a little bit or discuss it and clear it. That's how you pick up. Otherwise, studying the entire PD in a the way we like it may not be possible. You don't have that kind of time, right? Time is important for all. Not that we don't have the ability, we don't have the time.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
There is one more person. Who is that? Kavita. Kavita is from NPTEL or another Kavita? Maybe this Kavita is from NPTEL, I suppose so, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
No, sir. No, sir.
It's a different Kavita?
Yes, sir.
Then Kavita? Then
Participant. Okay.
if it's a participant, yes, Kavita can come to screen. If you have any questions, Kavita. Yeah, Kavita. She is unmuted, but then maybe the link is not very good. Kavita, can you hear us?
Yeah, maybe internet connection.
Yeah, internet
Other
connection.
things. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, she is trying to connect, I think. Yes, Kavita.
Good evening, sir. How are you, sir?
Fine. Where are you from? I think I have seen you.
Sir, I attended many programs to your PhD program in Salem Periyar University, sir.
Okay. You are in Salem or?
Salem, sir. Salem Sona College of Technology, sir. I'm working now, sir.
Yes, very good. So they have
Sir,
a program next this Saturday, Friday, Saturday.
Yes, sir. Sir, now I am doing first course on PDE, sir. Sir, mostly you are telling about the theoretical part alone, but coming to assignment, everything in problem wise, it is typical to solve.
This is exactly that is what we want. So we are giving you how its theoretical aspects and
How
theoretical aspect can be
implemented to the problem.
Implemented to the problem.
Yes,
and
sir.
these two things together only make your PDE or any study better. And the other hand, if you redo the problems, the students will never learn the subject.
Yes, sir.
The problem has to be done, but this is not a routine problems what you see in your university syllabus.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Non-routine problems.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There's some amount of thinking for each problem.
Yes,
based
sir.
on
Yes.
our theory. It is difficult, but that
You
is
are
why
connecting
our
operator, linear algebra, and all differential concept. Not only it moved in a somewhat different way, sir.
Yes, but the PDE is like that. It is not that PDE moved somewhat in a different way. Somehow our syllabus designers in the universities not done the PDE should be.
Yes, sir.
We feel that PDE should be learned in this way.
Okay, sir.
But in the universities, PDEs are learned by giving a set of problems. And end of it, what do you learn? Nothing.
Yes.
Okay. So we have a disagreement with the present system of teaching PDEs or ODEs in the university.
Yes, sir.
And this book and NPTEL course is a small effort from our study to the society.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So if you have problems, we are here to help you. Try to do the problems independently, and all our problems, our research students Abu and Renjit are working out. And
sir, we need solution. We need solution and lecturer material for each week, sir.
No, solutions are given by Renjit and Renjit.
Sir, in which portal they are providing everything, sir?
I don't know, Renjit. Where is Renjit? Abu?
Yes, sir. We will upload it after 4 weeks. I mean, we are not uploading it.
We are uploading it after 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, this
okay, sir. We need a solution.
No, the thing is that some students are writing examination. So we want them to solve it and write the examination.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay.
So we can't give the solution immediately.
Okay, okay, sir.
After the thing, there are some examinations for the students, and then the student, our thing, they will upload it. All the answers are
Okay, sir.
uploaded, but not immediately. So if you are not taking the examination, what you do is that you understand our video course, go through the problems, try to do it as much as you can, and when they are uploaded, then go through their uploaded exercise and solution.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we have a plan for you people. We are in the process. We are still thinking to bring out a problem solution book for our both books together.
Sir, we need the lecturer material also, sir, because your most of the words are telling, most of the sentences are telling by words, sir. Symbol notation only you are
This,
writing.
why we don't want to give notes is these are all notes are there in our books. It's based on our books. Have you seen our books?
Sir, no, sir, no, sir. I try to buy in Amazon, sir. Not getting, sir.
Why? Amazon it is there, Ranjit is not available. It is available.
Sir, in the market, I don't know, sir. Now only I'm struggling
no, in the
to.
Amazon it is available. Amazon it's there, right?
I'll check 1 minute.
That is bit surprising.
Sir, can you upload your writing version book in the portal itself, sir? So
No,
that
we cannot do. No, we cannot do that one.
It is available in.
It's available, ma'am. It's available, Kavita.
Sharing, sir. Thank you, sir.
No, we cannot upload because we have a copyright violation.
Okay, sir.
We cannot upload our things anywhere because
Okay,
once
sir.
the book is, we have an agreement with the publishers.
If you buy it now, you will get it by day after tomorrow. I mean, for Bangalore, they're showing that date. 3 or 4
Sir,
days.
which website you are telling, sir? Which website you are telling?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon.
Okay. Morning I tried a lot, sir, but it has not came, sir.
I don't know. But so the books, whatever we are telling, it's available in the books. Notes is we are precisely we can't upload any notes based on it.
I don't know. Salem is also a big place, right? So if you contact some local book seller,
They will get it.
he might get you from somewhere.
Or you contact Karthikeyan or somebody from Salem University.
Yes, sir, I know, sir. No, sir. My senior also, sir. I know.
I plan him. So you can talk to him so he can get it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So that's the reason we are not uploading any notes.
Okay, sir. Okay.
But then then we have a general philosophy. Notes giving is not the right way to study.
Yes. I know very well, sir.
That,
but you are taking the subject in the PG level, sir. But we are in the applied level. Most of the concept forgot in mind. So if you have given any written version, so that we can catch the point easily from. That's why
have a look at our book and see whether it is suitable for you. Because whatever we mentioned, it is available in the book. So the lectures are based on our book or some other books also you can refer. I think that's a way to learn.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Kavita, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So you are attending this 25th, 26th conference of Salem?
Sir, it is my end semester days, sir. So it is not possible to come there. My semester work is going now, sir.
It's an online program.
Sir, you are coming there, sir?
No, I'm not coming. I may give a talk. That's all.
Okay, sir.
It's an online program.
If possible, I surely attend, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Kavita. Yeah, any questions from NPTEL office?
Oh, it's almost 1 hour. Yeah.
Yeah. 3 minutes left.
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Anything is there? Any questions from the YouTube watchers?
No, sir. I'm checking, sir. It's not there.
Yeah.
All are wishing good evening. Hi, sir. That's it, sir.
Yeah, that's a typical style in online meetings.
Yeah. So nobody ask any questions, sir.
Yeah. Anyway, we spend 2 more minutes and then you can stop live streaming so that we can generally talk. No recording.
No.
Yes, sir.
So thank you for all for participating, for your suggestions. Yeah, these courses, Kavita said, we are telling it's a slightly a different level and it's quite different. We are trying this in our ODE and PDE. This YouTube version will be available, right? Any time also?
Yeah, that they
It will be
NPTEL
available,
just
sir.
sent that link, no? Link,
Yeah.
it is there.
It will
In
be
any
there,
time
sir.
we can get
It's like
Yeah, yeah.
direct, sir. NPTEL live
Yes.
session you can type. Our page will be there.
Yeah.
It will be available anytime, sir.
And then it's fine. You can stop probably live streaming.
Okay, sir. I'll stop the session, sir, from YouTube.
Yeah, stop session and recording also, everything.